You're listening to the Platte River Bard.
Hello, and welcome to the Platte River Bard. This is Chris Berger.
And I'm Sherry Berger.
And we are here today with Denise Putnam. She is directing Oliver Jr. over here at Chanticleer. And we are here to talk with her. And
at Pace.
Yes, at Pace. And some of her actors. But first, we're going to talk with Denise just real quick about Oliver Jr.
Yes.
Well, we're thrilled that you're here talking to us and promoting our show.
For sure.
We have been in rehearsals for almost 8 weeks now. We auditioned in mid-June. I had 65 students audition, ages 8 to 18, and ended up casting 50.
Oh, wow.
So we have a good-sized cast.
That's a big show.
We have a lot of kiddos, and they're doing a great job. I know that you're going to have been talking to Oliver and Mr. Brownlow today, and to Lilly Ozello, who's one of our ensemble people who has played a lot of roles in the show for us, including painting part of the set for me. My husband had knee surgery 6 weeks ago, and so he's not able to do as much as he normally does for the sets for me.
Oh, great.
So they stepped up, Lilly and her sister stepped up and helped, and actually Lily's dad came in and helped too, so that's been great. And we rehearse Monday through Thursdays for 2 hours every night. That's it. I want him home in time for homework and get ready for school the next day. Saturday afternoons I usually have about 3 hours of choreography. So they keep busy, but they're all here and always ready. Moyer, that played Oliver, has been off book for weeks.
Oh, wow.
Long before I ever told them they had to be off book. He was off book already. Lots of songs. They've had to learn a lot of songs, a lot of dances, and of course their lines. So
and you have always done the children's.
I have. This is my 12th year. I started at the old building. When the first show I ever did with the kiddos was Music Man Jr. And so then when we came to this building, our first one we were able to do was Fiddler on the Roof Jr. And then we did. Last year we did Aladdin, and now this one. So this is our third one in this particular building.
Cool.
Yeah, I was a music teacher, an elementary music teacher in Constables Public for 36 years. And so, being around kids and around music and the arts was what I do. That was my life, still is my life. So I love it. I love being with them.
That's great. You're good with them. Well, we've seen you work with them.
I was going to say, it's just a perfect, the perfect person to do these. You really are.
Thank you. But we have a lot of fun. I mean, there are days when my white hair that you're looking at right now gets even whiter. But that's only about 3% of the time.
Well,
97% of the time, it's fine. We have no issues. No issues at all. It's
awesome.
No different than an adult show. There's nights where adults don't always do exactly what they're probably supposed to do either. So it's fine. They do a great job, and they come with enthusiasm, and we've had some great support from their parents. I mean, the parents have to bring them every night, get them here, and wait for them. So this is not just a show that the kids are involved in, it's the whole family. Because they're giving up a lot of time too to make sure that their child is at the rehearsals and has the right shoes and has what they were supposed to pick up, their black tights or whatever it was needed. So.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's a family affair. It's not just the kids.
I love it. And so you had to turn. So you've got a cast of how many?
I have 50. I had 65 audition. And, we try to audition as many as we can. I had quite a few kids this year that had so many conflicts I just couldn't work around them.
Right.
Part of that is if they're in show choir, if they're in band, and then they've got fall games, that they have to play for the pep band and things like that.
Right.
So some of them, it just doesn't work, if they're going to have to miss a lot of rehearsals.
Right.
We try to bend as much as we can. And then we had a couple that some things came up family-wise that they were unable, and they had to pull out too. So we ended up with the 50, and that's a nice size. I think the biggest cast I've ever had is Beauty and the Beast Jr. at the old building, and I had like 58. And that's almost getting too big. This 50 is pretty good.
Seems good.
50 is huge to me.
That's a big show.
And to have them all be kids, I mean, that's constant wrangling.
Yeah.
You're amazing.
It is. And I want to see that they're all on as many times as they can be. So one of my toughest things is going through the script and finding 3 scenes, a minimum of 3 scenes for every child. They are in 3 times at least.
Okay.
That's great. Yeah, and that's why you have the different parts, so that works out well.
Cool.
Oh, wow. Well, we appreciate what you're doing. We think what you're doing is amazing.
I love it. I'm going to keep doing it as long as the old body holds up.
All right.
Well, and every time we talk to your kids, this is theater is changing their lives, and you're leading that for them.
Some of them, it's just an awakening for them. They find themselves, that they find a part of them they didn't even know. And also we try, my whole staff and I try to make them realize this is really a family. And you come in that first night of rehearsal, you know no one. Maybe a couple of kids you've done a show with before, but you basically know no one. And at the end of this period, you really are a family. And my kids keep up with each other. They're always doing texting to each other and going out to movies and stuff together. So they keep in contact.
That's cool.
So it becomes a family, and a lot of the kiddos, both parents working, as we all have to do these days, so this is just an extension of their family, that they can count on for, have their back for everything.
That's awesome.
So, yeah.
Oh, you're changing lives. That's wonderful.
Well, we hope they enjoy it, and that it's something that they can enjoy the rest of their lives.
Yeah.
I've always said that when I taught music all those years, all the basics are very important, but music can stay with you. Arts can stay with you for the rest of your life.
Yes.
Whether you're sitting in the audience watching it, on stage or backstage, sewing costumes, whatever you're doing, it's a part of your life that stays with you forever.
Yes.
Right.
Forever.
Right.
Dean, that you talked to, Mr. Brownwell, his mom is an art teacher in Constables Public, so she's doing some painting going to do some painting here on one of my set pieces for me, and Lilly Ozello's mom is one of the costumers, as is Dean's mom.
Right.
So a lot of the parents really step up and help us out a lot.
Awesome.
That's great.
Because my extent of sewing would be possibly putting a button on and maybe using Scotch tape to hold a hem up. So
I'm right there with you.
It's not my thing.
I've seen it done.
Not my thing. So we have some great parents who really help out a lot. And I have a great staff. Jerry Gray's music director, Jason DeLong is choreographer, Beth Roots is my stage manager.
Oh, Jason, okay. Yes.
So I have a great staff, and we've all been together. Well, Jason wasn't one of my first choreographers. He's been with me about 7 years now. But Jerry and Beth have been with me the whole time. So we have 12 years together.
Yeah.
So we just read each other's minds pretty much.
Yeah.
That's wonderful.
Makes it pretty easy, actually.
I worked with Jason a few times.
Yeah, he's very talented.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Very, very talented. He's got some great dances. I told him, I just tell him what I want. I want this one this way, this one this way, and he goes, I'll take over and do it. And he does it. So,
he's awesome.
Yeah, he's very talented. And Jerry's very talented with music. And Beth's a great stage manager. She really keeps the kids in line for me. And
that's nice.
She always puts together a really great crew from parents and other people that are interested. And boy, they just move these sets seamlessly. So
love it.
Wow. Well, that's
and that's kind of a big honking set.
I would say that's a pretty big
that
piece.
Bridge
here.
is a pretty big honking set.
The bridge is big. Yes,
Great.
it is.
But it actually moves quite easily for such a big piece. So.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Well, I know that's going to be a great production.
Well,
Yes.
we sure hope so. We hope people
Look
come out and
forward
see
to
us. We have getting some really nice sized houses. They were just telling me in the box office we have over 200 openings Sunday, the first weekend Sunday.
All right.
We're averaging around 190 right now for the first weekend for
That's
those 4
great.
shows. Second weekend is always a little bit slower until word of mouth gets out. So we're hoping that this will help a lot when people hear about it too. But the kids shows always do really, really well. They get lots of moms and dads and grandmas and grandpas come all 8 times,
Oh,
so
yeah.
You gotta see it.
you never can see your child too many times. up
No, you can't.
there. So so we have good houses, but we always can have more. We'd like to have every seat full.
Come on
Right.
out. Yeah, for sure.
It's starting to come back, I think. We're
Yeah.
everybody's starting to get there, I think.
A little more.
And just a quick question. So Oliver Jr. is obviously the kids version of Oliver. What is it, a shorter version?
It runs about 75 minutes.
Okay.
But all of the
It's
major
shorter.
songs are there. The Sourberry song is cut, which is fine with me. I'm not a fan of
Okay.
that song anyway. But
Okay.
that's my people that are the Sourberries probably would like it. But,
Well, sure.
most of the songs are still there, maybe shortened. Some of the verses are taken out.
Okay.
But it runs, and it's really supposed to be done in 1 act. And I want it to be done in 2 so that people have time to go to the restroom, go up to the bar, and get some refreshments and things. And so. I found a perfect place to divide it. The first act runs about 42 minutes, second act about 41.
Oh, it's perfect.
So then by the time you have your intermission, we're looking at an hour and a half, pretty much 90 minutes. So
That's fine,
most
yeah.
families, smaller children that come to see it, that's about where you want to stop at 90 minutes.
90
Otherwise, it
minutes
gets
is a
to
good
be
time
Right,
limit.
too
Yeah.
long.
So
So do they take out some of the shocking parts?
well, there is still the scene where Nancy is killed by Bill Sykes.
Oh.
So, and we do it, of course, up on the bridge. I have his back is turned to the audience, so you're not seeing a lot of it. You're just seeing some movement in his hands. And it was something I talked to the kids about the very first night. I said, this has some some things in it that are a little bit provocative,
Sure.
and especially in our day and age. And certainly, I wanted to talk it through them and say, we aren't going to take it out because that's part of the story.
It is.
But we're certainly not going to make it as brutal as I have seen it done before.
Right.
And would not do it with children.
No, good Lord.
Would not do it
Right.
with children.
Yeah.
So I think the kids are handling it really well, and they
Nice.
all know.
And they get it. I
They-
mean, yeah, I mean...
It is part of life. Things happen, you know.
It is part of life, and if you've seen enough, especially the older Disney movies,
Exactly.
man, but, you know, Bambi's mom dies.
Exactly.
You know,
So-
Mufasa dies.
Yeah.
Bad. You know, you
But-
gotta deal with it.
Find all the spoilers here.
I know.
At the Platte River Barn.
Oh, come on. Most recent thing I did was Lion King. If you haven't seen that yet, shame on you.
But yeah, so we handle that, I hope, in the manner that will be accepted well, you know. And I even talked to some of
Understood.
my kids'
Yeah.
parents, letting them know. And I said that when the kids auditioned, you know, you do need to know there is this scene where this does happen. If you have an issue with that, talk to me. If you still don't feel comfortable having your child being in a show where that's happening, then I totally
Yeah,
give that,
right.
that
Get
up
it.
to you.
Totally fine.
You know?
Yeah, I was just kind of shocked of Oliver Jr. I was like, oh. And then I thought about it again. I was like, oh.
Yeah.
I have
No.
questions.
Yeah.
You know?
That's
And,
all right, but yeah, it's all still
Yeah.
there. It's just, yeah.
It really is. I mean, the plot is there. There's no mistaking
Yeah.
what show you're watching. Yeah. no
Yeah.
mistake.
so much fun.
And the music is wonderful. I mean, like
Yes.
the kid is, I'm sure, talked to you about. Consider yourself an papa. And
Yes.
Where's Love?
Yes.
Moyer that plays Oliver sings it so well.
He said that was his favorite one to
well.
sing.
Yeah, I told him that there's going to be some tears out in the audience when he sings. He has just this little
Oh.
angelic voice. Very, very sweet.
Good for
very
him,
sweet. So,
good for him.
I
good
can
music.
see the light in his eyes. It's just, he's just brimming.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he just started doing stuff with me. Came to my first theater workshop, or not my first, but his first was 2 years ago, and was in the ensemble last year. And then this year he auditioned, and I saw Oliver in him. So
Oh, that's wonderful. Yeah, I
that'll be
can see
great.
that. And then the dancing on top of
Yeah.
it. Competitive dancing.
he's a good little dancer.
I bet.
He's a good little dancer. Yeah.
That's amazing.
That's
so
awesome.
we have we have some real talented kids in our community, and we have
Sure do.
students coming from, I believe it's 9 or 10 different towns.
Oh, wow.
We've got Papillion, Omaha, of course, Council Bluffs, Mo Valley, Trainer. Now that I'm trying to think of them, I can't. But I know that Beth, my stage manager, has told me. I think it's 9. I think.
Wow.
That's great.
Elkhorn. They're
Elkhorn,
drive from
sure.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So that's a lot. Parents are driving all over to get them here.
That's,
Yeah.
well, it's a good place, and
No, it's a lovely facility.
and
Lovely.
full of good people.
Yes,
So
absolutely.
We're
full of
pleased.
That's-
We're Chanticleer's pleased to be here and have this facility and
Yeah.
be able to do shows here.
We'll get back with Denise and talk more with her in a little bit and have her finish up the show with us. But first, let's talk with some of the young stars of Oliver Jr. All right. All right, and here we are talking with Lilly Ozello. And Lilly, thank you for talking with us this afternoon.
Yes, thank you.
Now, you're playing a couple of different things in this,
Yes.
aren't you? You sound very busy.
Yeah.
Who are you playing?
And it's
Who are you
Oliver
playing?
Jr.
Yes.
I'm a pub and market seller.
Now, how many productions is this for you?
I believe this is number 8
Nice.
for me.
Very nice.
That's wonderful.
Very nice. Now you doing all the chorus stuff and all that kind of stuff as well?
Yeah.
There's quite a bit in Oliver. And
Yes.
so I'm assuming Oliver Jr. there's just as much.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what do you love about getting up on stage? What is the thing that you love the most?
I think a big thing for me is that I feel like I can just kind of let go of everything that's going on in my life and just focus on a character that doesn't have any of no homework, no chores, no any of that. It's just focusing on that character and getting to be someone different.
You know, I think a lot of people who think about theater but they're afraid to do it, they don't like everyone looking at them or having that attention. And that's one thing that I probably am more so.
Everyone's looking
He's
at you.
he's more in front. Do you ever have a time where you get a little bit afraid of being out front?
Not really. I think the scariest part is just auditioning. I think once you're
Yes.
actually performing, I don't feel scared at all. I think it's just very natural, and especially when people laugh and people are happy and they're enjoying the performance, it really just makes it so much better.
Well, and so talking about auditioning, what did you have to do for auditions? How would someone go about wanting to do this?
So I work with a voice teacher that I use, and we picked out a song together, and then obviously we come in and we sing part of that song, and then you go and dance with our choreographer, and that's about all you kind of do for kids shows. It's very easy, very simple.
Didn't have to prepare a lot then.
No, it was pretty easy.
Just a song. Yeah, just a song, for sure.
So how was it when you got picked?
I was really
parts?
happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is an exciting day, watching for that email or that phone call or whatever.
Yes, I guess it's email now.
Is it
Yes.
email now?
No, we get letters, actually.
Ooh,
They
that's
get
cool.
letters.
I want a letter.
That is cool. You can frame that. Keep it in your scrapbook kind of thing. That is neat. Makes it a little bit more special than email, actually. So in this production, you're doing several different things. So you're doing costume changes probably, and you're kind of, because you're doing different, or maybe you could stay in the same costume.
Do you get to stay in the same?
I stay in the same costume,
Oh,
but I also
lucky
help
you.
out with a lot of our littler kids that we have. So I help kind of corral them and make sure they've got everything they need.
Bit of a kid wrangler. That's awesome. Always need him. Especially for Oliver, I've
Yeah.
heard. So,
Yeah.
Sure.
Do you have a dream role that you'd really like to?
Probably Christine in the Phantom of the Opera would probably be like my dream.
Oh, that would be cool.
that would be cool. That's a huge role
Yeah.
as far as singing wise.
Yes, it is.
That's a tall singing order.
And you might get, I mean, I keep seeing all the juniors coming out. Who knows? There might even be a Phantom of the Opera junior that I don't even know about. You could do like sooner
knows?
than.
Yeah.
So, okay. So, what is up next for you as far as anything? Theater?
So I plan to audition for A Christmas Story actually here at Pace.
Oh, excellent.
And then also in the spring, my school is having their musical. So I'll get to do that and help out with that.
Excellent. Christmas Story is fun.
Yeah.
I know.
That's a fun one.
Do you find yourself reading books or like watching instructional videos, or how do you get more information about theater besides just doing it? Do you go outside of just doing theater to learn more about it?
So I obviously work with like a vocal coach, and she kind of helps me find like more auditions to do. And then I also have a really good family friend of mine who's also really big into the theater community, and so he helps me kind of find maybe shows that I wouldn't necessarily always consider.
Well, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're in a good area for it.
Yeah. So you've done 8 productions before
Yes.
this. So did you ever, after production, you're like sad?
I think probably the last kids show that we did, which was Aladdin, I just really enjoyed my character that I did. I really just loved playing that character, and it was really fun for me.
Yeah. So what advice would you give someone who's maybe younger than you that's just now getting involved in theater? What advice would you give them if they want to continue?
I would say just really take a chance. Like, I've done several auditions that maybe I didn't get cast in, and I think it's okay just taking that chance too, because even if all you did was audition, then you get more experience with it. Maybe your nerves aren't as bad, and people, even like directors who do other shows, then know who you are and can cast you in something different.
Yeah. Awesome. I agree.
Me too.
That's a very grown-up way of looking at it too.
Hey, she's got a few shows.
Yeah. Because it would be difficult to go to auditions and not have that one thing in mind,
Yes.
and then getting it or not. Like if
Yeah.
you didn't
Yeah.
get it, you had that one thing in your mind. And then maybe they offer you something else that you hadn't even considered that you
I
don't
know.
want to consider.
Oh, usually when you get offered the thing that you weren't considering is usually the one you should always take that.
Yeah.
Because they saw something that you're not seeing.
Yeah.
And that's that. I found that to be true more than once with me. I was like, oh, I really want this role. And I got cast. But I got the role that I thought, what? Really? You cast me as this person?
That's definitely, yeah. I mean, and even back to the last kid show we did, which was Aladdin, I didn't necessarily want my role that I had gotten originally, and I ended up like loving it, and it's one of the favorite
Yep.
roles that I've ever played.
Yes. And it seems like that always happens. It's always like, well, I didn't want that. No, take it. Take that role.
That is great advice.
Yes, because turned out to be one of the favorite ones. That has happened to me on more than one occasion. It was like,
Yeah.
all right, I know I they cast me in this. I didn't see it, but okay.
That's great advice, and I think it's really good for
Yeah.
everyone of all ages to talk about that.
Yeah.
Really.
Don't turn it down. Never turn it down
Yeah.
because they saw something in you that you're not seeing.
Yeah. So tell me a little bit about your costume in this play.
I have, it's very just kind of traditional wear. I've worn something very similar to it in other shows. It's like a blue skirt. I have a nice little striped top and like a shawl and a headband. And obviously I get a little bit of more like an idea kind of sooner because my mom does the costumes.
Aw.
So I can kind of help out with that a lot. And I really actually like it. It's super
That is
comfortable
great.
too.
That is great.
Nice.
Well, we wish you all the luck. We know you're going to be amazing. Break
Yes.
all the
Thank
legs.
Break all the legs.
And never stop, right? Never give up.
Yeah, I love Oliver. So it's such a fun musical. Oliver Jr. I'm sure is wonderful. I have not seen it, but it's
Yeah.
Oliver. So
Well, come see the show.
I know. I said it's
absolutely.
Oliver, so I know I'll love it.
Yes,
So, yes.
absolutely. Thank you
love
so
it.
much for your time and
Of
good luck. We
course.
look forward to
Thank you
watching
so
for
much.
you. Thanks. You don't need my help.
All right, we are here with Dean Patrick Pope and Moyer McDermott, and
they have some pretty good roles here. In fact, Moyer is Oliver himself.
Oliver.
And then we have Oliver's, to be revealed relation. Tell us who your character is.
I'm Mr. Brunlau. I am revealed to be Oliver's grandfather.
Spoilers.
Spoilers.
Sorry, it's been out for like 100 years.
Yeah.
That's all right.
I mean, yeah, that's about right.
It's been around for a while.
I'm introduced in the second half of the show, in the opening scene. I appear during the entr'acte before the curtains open, right at music that plays to let you know, come back from the bathroom.
Yes.
And
important.
get in your seat, yeah. I appear, I walk on stage and purposefully have a handkerchief hanging out my pocket for Oliver to steal as his first try at pickpocketing.
Excellent. I like it. That is the first time. And of course, are you successful, Mr. Oliver, sir?
No.
Oh, well. Can't win them all. So,
Right.
congratulations on Oliver, by the way.
Thank you.
It's such a great part. It's so fun. I adore this musical. I got to do it once myself.
He
so
was Fagin.
I got to be Fagin.
I'll just
It
say
was
it.
tons of fun.
Right.
And Oliver's a fun part.
Yeah.
And it's a big part. You got a lot to do, man.
Yeah.
Lots of singing, lots of lines.
Yeah, I've memorized all my lines, and I've memorized all my solos, so really what I'm just trying to do is work on singing like really loud and stuff like that.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Absolutely.
Is this the biggest part you've had so far?
Yeah.
Is it really? Yeah. Yeah. Oh, it's a big part.
Is that the part that you went into the auditions asking for?
No, I just like really doing musicals, so I really didn't care what part I got. I just like
That's
said
good.
I don't care whatever I got.
That's cool.
Hey.
That's cool. See, and that's speaking of auditioning.
Yeah.
I've found that has helped me more often than not. Is not to fixate on I gotta get this one part. I gotta get this one part. I gotta get this one part.
It's hard when you have a dream role, though. You know?
Oh God, yes, it is,
Yes,
isn't it?
it is so hard.
Yeah.
I dealt with that in the last show.
Did you?
Yes. And so Aladdin Jr. was the last show we did
That's
here.
right. Yes.
And I was the Sultan. But originally, I really wanted to be the genie.
No, that's a yes.
Oh, yeah.
Such a good part.
They cast someone who arguably did a much better job than I would have.
Fair enough.
And he did great. But it was very hard to.
It is. You get fixated, and
Yes.
I know, and then you don't.
Yeah.
But a lot of times, man, I found you go in with that attitude. It's just like I just want to be in it,
Right.
and, and then you always do better that way for some reason because you're not like hyper fixated on the one thing. I have to be Oliver. I have to be Oliver. Damn.
What are your favorite songs to sing so far in this musical?
Probably Where Is Love?
Oh,
Yeah.
That's great.
That's a
How
good
about
song.
you?
I think I can't think of the name.
I know. Don't you hate
That's
that?
okay.
But there's a couple. Papa is a
Oh,
lot.
yeah,
is a lot
yeah.
of fun.
Yeah.
What is? That's it.
Consider
That's it.
Yourself?
Thank you. Yeah, consider yourself.
Consider Yourself.
It's a fun rhythm. Really,
Yes,
both
it
of those
is.
are.
That's a fun song.
It's not so much the difficulty of it. It's just it's easy to sing. It makes it fun.
Yeah. Oh, I love it. So, how many productions have you both done before this production then? I know you said you've done one, but how many productions have you done each?
Yeah, what are you at? What's this number?
I think here,
Sure.
specifically the junior shows, 7.
Nice.
And then I've also done Music Man here before. Actually, only did one weekend, and then COVID struck.
Oh, okay, so that was right in there.
Yes,
Okay.
but that was not a junior show.
That was just straight up Music Man.
Yes. I've also done Into the Woods at my high school.
Oh,
I was a co-narrator part.
Yeah. Go.
And then I did Hairspray Junior. I was the father in Hairspray. I forgot the name.
Excellent. Hairspray. I didn't know there was a Hairspray Junior. That figures. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I know. We were just talking about
There's
Phantom of the Opera. Is there a junior for that one? Probably so.
Probably. If not, there will
Well,
be.
Yeah.
I don't think there is because the junior show has to be made after the show has left Broadway.
Oh,
well.
Or at least there's some rule
It's had
involving
like a few
that.
months.
That's true. Maybe they're
had like
jumping
4 or
on
5
it
months.
as we speak.
Yeah.
Now, what show number is this for you, my friend?
Actually, it's only 2.
It's only 2?
Yeah.
That's okay because
Good
you
for
know you're younger and we had this thing. The pandemic screwed up everything.
Yeah.
So that we understand.
Yeah, I just did like competitive dance for 5 years, which I'm still doing.
Cool.
And I thought like doing a musical would be fun too. So I just
yes.
tried out last year and I got in.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So competitive dance. What kind of dancing is it? Like ballroom or is it like cha-cha?
It's like all styles. I do like all.
So yeah. So even the newer stuff as well. Wow.
That's awesome.
Competitive.
Yeah.
How fun.
See, he's already a better dancer than I am. I guarantee you. I haven't seen him, and I already know. Yes, I know. That's wonderful. Keep in musical theater because
Yeah.
guys who can sing and dance
Yeah.
are harder. Girls, you can find more girls that can sing and dance. You can find guys who can sing.
You can find guys who can dance.
You can find guys who can dance. But a lot of times, man, getting those two together, not with me.
How about you, Dean? Do you like to dance? Is it your?
Actually, yes.
your
For a good number of years, I took multiple different dance classes. Nothing competitive, but I had done hip hop, which is what I got started with because it was an all boys class.
Sure.
And then tap, jazz, which is basically tap but without the shoes, and then ballet.
Excellent.
Wow. So there's going to be a lot of dancing in this production.
Oh, yeah. There's a lot of Oliver. It's
Oh, that's
fun.
great. Well,
It's fun.
and people who love to dance
Yes.
as well.
Yeah, well, yes. I am not one.
Chris was an Oliver and didn't like to dance. So
No,
I'm just
terrible.
saying.
Well, Fagan doesn't really have to do a lot of dancing, thankfully.
Yeah.
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 It's more movement based than just
Yes.
walking around.
Yes, I got movement. Yes. It's like, it's like what King Arthur in Spamalot is like tailor-made
Yep.
for me. There's no dancing.
Right.
King Arthur, there's no dancing for King Arthur. And I was
No.
like, yes.
Yeah.
Break a leg, both of you guys.
Yes.
Enjoy. Oliver, this is such a fun show. I'm jealous. I'd love to do the show
Yeah.
again. Fagan is so much fun.
And do you have other shows in your sights coming up that you want to do?
Not that I know of.
Yeah.
I've looked at a couple.
Yes.
Christmas Carol here. I've thought about.
Yeah.
Long story, but I've been looking at some Iowa Western musicals as well because
Yeah.
I'm allowed to do those. Well, I'm not going to get into that. Why
yeah.
I can't. Long
Cool.
story.
Yeah,
But,
yeah.
and at Bellevue Little Theater as well. There's a couple I've looked at coming up in the season.
BLT.
Yeah.
That's right. And
Yeah.
yes, indeed. And Break a Leg. BLT upcoming. Yes. The prom. Did you say that you're?
My sister is the lead in Prom.
There you go.
That's great.
Break a leg to her.
Awesome.
Yes. Break a leg to both of you.
Yes.
And to you as well, Oliver.
Yes, don't ever give up. And good luck. You guys are going to be so great.
Thank
Yep.
you.
It's going to be so much fun.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And now let's get back with Denise Putnam, the director of Oliver Jr., for the rest of our talk with her.
We have a great season coming up for Chanticleer. Our other shows, we have The Christmas Story will be in December. January, we have Savannah Sipping Society, which is going to be a great comedy. It's very
yes.
fun for 5 women.
Oh, yes.
We have Chorus Line is at the very end, and we have Golden Pond.
Oh,
on Golden
okay.
Pond. So so we have a good season this year.
Heck yeah.
And it sounds like you have a good gamut of people, actors that you'll be looking for in
Absolutely.
different age groups and different
Absolutely. And we try to
everything,
do
yeah.
that, you know.
So
Because
that is
as
so
people
much
get
fun.
older, then there's not as many shows. So you try to find something.
You got to
at
find
least a couple of them.
Yeah, they're
that are
out
gonna
there.
Be, yeah,
And there's a lot of good ones. Yeah,
Right.
and you got to look for them.
yeah, and try to spread it out, have some diversity,
Yeah, for sure.
so that everybody gets a chance to at least come and have a chance at
Yes. I
being
love
in
it.
a show. So yeah, we're proud of our season. I think we've got a good one this year.
That's great.
We wish you all the luck. Break all the legs.
Yes, break all the
Thank you.
legs. Thank you so
Thank
much for
you.
taking the time.
Well,
Yes.
thank you for being here. We appreciate
Yeah.
it.
Thank
you,
We
thank you,
appreciate
thank you.
helping us out, getting the word out.
Anytime.
Okay. Thanks a million.
Thank you.
Thank you to Chanticleer and Pace. And again to Denise, Lilly, Dean, and Moyer for talking with us. Oliver Jr. plays September 14th through the 17th and the 21st through the 24th at the Chanticleer Community Theater at Pace, Potawatomi Arts, Culture, and Entertainment. For more info and tickets, go to paceartsiowa.org.
Thank you for listening and supporting the arts in the Platte River area and beyond. Please subscribe to our podcast so you are sure to catch all of our future episodes and join us on social media. See you next time on the Platte River Bard.